Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models, and today I have another kit. This one's from Hobbyboss. It's a brand new 1/48 scale EA-18G Growler. So it's the Hornet Growler version, 2-seater. Beast of an aircraft in my opinion. I think they're lovely. Little bit different to the normal Super Hornet. There's different sections on the aircraft that are noticeable, if you can spot them. Which is noticeable is these bits on the wings, these pieces here, a couple of other lumps and bumps, which makes the Growler version. So let's take a look what we get inside this one. So what we get inside this one, we have this side of the box. We have some parts and decals, photo etch, some warning symbols. The kit number for this one is 85814. We have some of the marking options. We have some CAD work, folded wings, open canopy, boarding ladder for the pilots, open front nose for the radar, full length engine detail, landing gear, two types of normal and compressed for carrier based if it's on the catapult. So straight out, nice sturdy box. We have markings, instructions, and this is the usual loaded with plastic, nicely packaged for protection. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 13 sprues in this, so we'll take a closer look at this one. So for the instructions, so we have the usual way of they're doing their instructions, usual blur on the front, all your symbols and stuff to pay attention to, and we have all the sprues, good way of checking to make sure everything's there, and if they're not, you're going to have to contact them. I'm not sure what their support's like. I've never had an issue with Hobbyboss kits being parts missing yet, so I couldn't tell you what their support's like. So anyway, as we start off with the ejector seat, photo etch seat belts. They do give you the seat belts, but they're not coloured. I'll probably get replacement from Edard or something when they finally get around to making them. I have looked, there's nothing out there yet. So you'll be making 2 seats because you need one for the pilot and one for the Wizzo. Cockpit tub gets painted up and detailed. You've got your flight sticks going in, your HUD and display. Usual stuff for all the cockpit area. The side consoles. This is the landing gear at the front, wheel well, and your cockpit sits on top, on top, and you sandwich the two halves together around the fuselage front half. Do note on the side there is hatches with more electronics, and then the next step is working on wings. Couple of holes you got to drill out. This would be for your for your pylons and stuff. Upper section, more holes to be drilled out, and then you're touching your lower section of the wings and front part of the fuselage. And then once that's done, the front fuselage section can be dropped on. Your radar system, if you're going to have the nose on, there's no need to put this inside because you're not going to see it anyway. I'm going to build mine completely open. You get it all in the kit, so I don't see why not. Head-up display, back part of the Hornet goes here, which is part of the mechanism for the canopy. We have the nose section for the open option. This is the closed. Like I say, if you're having it closed, I don't see the point of putting the aerial radar system in. Canopy open or closed option, the canopy side rails and a couple of detail parts inside the canopy. Return to the engine detail now. So we have 3-piece engines, 2-piece and support brackets, turbines and compressors and stuff like that. This is the side of the aircraft. And then the engine detail and the full length intakes can go in. Sadly, you do all this work or you whatever and you can't see them. You might be able to display them separately, possibly. It all depends. Lower section and the upper section are going together. Don't forget to paint up your wheel wells insignia white. Landing gear can be painted and made separately, which is a nice touch. So you do have two types. One compressed at the front for carrier based, which is on the Jetta catapult, or you can have one unpressed for landing or just taken off or just on the ground in general, or you can have it closed, which should probably be on the next page or next 2 pages even. So this is all your landing gear as normal, pretty standard. Landing gear doors and a couple of more straps, so this is more doors as well. Side doors and consoles, you can have them closed or open. Repeat the process again on the other side. These are attaching pylons and flaps, and these are more flaps. We have your wing section now. This is for open or folded wing section. You get 2 pieces for the open and folded. Hopefully we could swap them out, not glue them in place, and hopefully we can change them interchangeable. Hopefully, it all depends. Like I say, with the Growler version, you've got these pieces on the end are slightly different, and you've got these different lumps and bumps on the wing. So this is the folded and this is the unfolded. All your pylons going on for your hard points, for your weapons. Your rester hook, there's 2 types. Open or fully open engine nozzles, or power down even, whatever you want to look at it. A couple of more lumps and bumps. Touching your wings at the back, which are full turning wings, so they're wings plus ailerons together, kind of. Your tail and rudders section, they're at a 43-degree angle, I believe, I'm not sure. Boarding ladder, if you're going to use it, which is a nice touch as well. That's your completed Hornet by then, and then it's up to you what layout you want. Fuel tank, we have AMG M18 missiles, come as 2 halves and fins. We have the AN. Ruby, you have to get out of the way. Sorry, Bubba. Sorry about that. As I say, the cat always has to get in the way. So this section here, we have the AN or AYK-22. Not sure what that is. Targeting pod, maybe. I'm not sure. ARAM 120, and just a blank hard point, I think. And then where your pylons and where your weapons go. Colour callouts. We have 2 pages. So this one here is your stencil data, and yeah, just your stencil data, that is. Nothing from that side. So we have this 2-piece page. We have this grey one, which is low vis markings. Very nice. And we have this one here, 2011. And we have this one again, high vis marking, 2011, with the blue tail. There's these 2 that I like. I like this one at the top, 2016, with the dragon. And we have this one here, 2010, and then we have 2010 Scorpions, which is pretty cool scheme as well. I like the Scorpion one. And then your paint scheme for your weapons. Colour callouts are done by Mr. Hobby, which is guns. We have Vallejo, Tamir, Umbral, Model Master, Mission Model, sorry. So we have quite a few range of paints. As for the aircraft, no particular order. I'm just going to grab the parts as I need it. But I will start with the top of the aircraft. So here's the top section. It was moulded as all one large piece. So we have these chunky points, attachment, hopefully they all line up nicely. So we do have some parts to go in here for the different sections. Nice that these are hollowed out. Superb detail. We have a couple of ejector pin marks on the end of these wings, so they shouldn't be a problem to take care of. But superb panel lines and rivets. There's not tons of rivets, but there are some on there, and it's going to be a mixture of materials, composite for the aircraft these days. So very nice. I think this is much nicer kit than the Ming one. The Ming do a Hornet, but I think this is a better version in my opinion. I think this would be a bit of an easier build. But then saying that, I could be totally wrong, because I haven't built it yet. So this section here, we have lower wing section, some wings, the intakes, a couple of wheel well section I believe this is. So detail again should be exquisite and nice for the wings. So you can see these section here, these little holes, they're the ones that have to be drilled up because all your hard points sit on this section. It does look very ghosty and marbly effect, but that's just the way the plastic's done. As soon as you put some primer and paint down, that will disappear, so there's no problem there. The underside looks really good. I don't see any ejector pins on the inside of the intakes, which is a nice touch. You've got one here actually, but that's on the right at the bottom curve. I don't think you're going to see that at all, so should be no problems. So that's nicely done. This is sprue B. So this one here is a nice sprue again. We have the nose, some more, we have the wings at the back, some of the flaps, another section of the wheel well, landing gear doors, some more flaps, radio equipment. This looks like part of the radar system. It is textured. So here's the radar system. It gets painted in that goldy colour. Here's the nose cone. It would be slide moulded to effect. Here's your wings at the back. Flaps. Some more radar section. Another section inside your wheel well. Landing gear doors. No ejector pins on them. Very nice. And this is sprue C. So what we have in here, we have two sprues. These look like hard points and they're protecting something here. It's nice that Hobbyboss and I believe Trumpeter and Hobbyboss are the kind of the same company, because their instructions and their bags and the way stuff is done is pretty much the same. And I do like this, how they take their time to protect their kits. I wish other manufacturers would take note and do the same. So we do have 2 of these. We only need the one. So they've covered up your nozzles because they're sticking out. Again, these probably would have been slide molded. So this is the other nozzle facing the other way. So this looks like this is the powered version for afterburner type thing, and I think this is normal powered down. We have, unfortunately, 2-piece wheels. So as I was saying, these parts are for your canopy and stuff. This is part of the engine detail, the afterburners, 2-piece wheels, some hard points. These are 2 halves. So this is part of the compressor section, I believe, for the engine. And these are your bits go on the end of the wings. One of the ejector seats. Looks pretty good for plastic. It's moulded as 1 piece. Do you need to upgrade it for resin? Not really. You can get away with everything within this kit. Everything is there to be done, but so we have this large sprue. This is the side of the aircraft and some more wings. So we have these weird shaped sprue, the way it's moulded. So this is the side of the aircraft. Superb detail. It's quite modular in certain sections. I'm just hoping the fit is really good and then we don't have no issues and no giant gaps. I'm hoping it, touch wood, it all goes together. Wings, or part of the wings. These are 2 halves. These are probably for the folded section on the end here. These are the front nose section, and these are the electronics. You can have the door open or closed on those. So your cockpit will sit up the top here, and landing gears on the bottom here. A couple of detail parts on the inside. Again, this is sprue. Where is it on this one? This is sprue A. So now we get 2 sprues in this one. These are your weapons. So we have 2 of these. So we are going to have more weapons on this kit than you are needed. So we have longer missiles, and we got bombs and free-fall bombs and guided bombs and stuff, and what looks like a refueling fuel tank probe, because there's the refueling basket, which I do know you get in the 2-seater Super Hornet version, which I have as well, but it's pretty much the same kit, but just you can make different Hornets out of it, so hence why you see different weapons. So you won't be needing these long missiles, I don't think. You don't need these free-fall bombs or these guided bombs. You don't need this fuel tank. So you probably only need is these missiles out of this whole tire sprue, which is a bit of a shame really. But I always like to keep my weapons for spares, and you can do different things with them. Again, we have another set of weapons and hard points. So again, we have 2 in this one as well. Go over there a minute. Go over there, Bubba. There's a good girl. So we have more hard points. So we have more missiles, some more bombs, all the fins, and these go to these missiles, all the fins for them. These are more bombs, more fins. So the weapons don't look too bad. So nicely done. And here we have landing gear. This is sprue D. So we have all landing gear section. These are moulded as one piece, I believe. Yeah, moulded as one piece landing gear. These chunkier sections are two piece. Parts of your rail, some more hard points and flaps. These sections are for the down position on the wings, and the folded section is here. This is for your folded wing section. So hopefully just these pieces we can swap in and out of the wings, and hopefully we can mess around with the wings. These are leading edges of the wings. They're slide molded as well to a degree. Rest of the hook up here, and just very fine detail parts. Just be super careful taking these off the sprue. Decent pair of snips, and hopefully you don't have minimal cleanup. And now let's say this is sprue D. We have a couple of small bags now, and small sprues in general. So we have cockpit tub, the rails for your canopy. This is part of the back. This is your section for the canopy as well for open. One of the head-up display instrument panels. So here's your cockpit tub. Very modern. There isn't much of switches like they back in the day, so it's all very touchscreen now. The cockpit's very basic. Here's your rail system for your canopy. So we have more sections here. This looks like some more leading edges of the wings. So these are two-piece edges. We have another spine section. This looks like part of the aircraft as well somewhere. We have another head-up display section. So very nice. This is sprue J. Actually, to the load, there's another one as well. So they are different, multiple parts for different aircraft. We have clear parts, nicely protected. Are we going to have a nasty seam line down the canopy? Hopefully not. But I think sadly I think there is, because there was a seam line in the instructions. Do you know, that's really clean and crisp. There is a slight seam there. Again, you can buff this out, but I've never attempted it, so I'll just leave it in there. I've got no problem with it. I know it's not absolute dead perfect, but I don't know how you do it. So we're going to wrap this up carefully. Put this back in the bag. Don't want to get this damaged. One of the most important parts of your kit is your clear canopies. So here's your front shield, again nicely done. There's a slight seam there as well, and then we have with your lights, and this section here is for your head-up display, which I believe gets painted in like a slight hint of green or blue colour. It's just a reflection of the glass, I believe. Over here is the lower section of the aircraft, with the landing gear moulded in as one piece. Superb landing gear detail. It's going to take a nice wash and paint up the wires, some in black, and then obviously it's signal white inside. It's going to come out lovely. Nice detail all the way down. Your rest of hooks will sit across here, and your engine's at the back. Your front nose will sit here. So it's not a massive aircraft, but it's very sleek. I like it. It's a nice aircraft. Here's your moulding stamp. And then we get two more bags. This one here I'm not going to bother getting out. You just got extra fuel tanks. And we have this, I believe, is it the targeting pod? And the last piece is the markings and stencil data, and I am missing the feather wedge, which is here. So here's your feather wedge for your seat belts. Sadly they're not coloured. You're going to have to paint them and do them yourself, or you're going to have to get some that are pre-done. So we have a small stencil or small decal here of 154, and it's just a red dot of some kind. But the main markings you'd be interested in is how well these look. So there we are, very vibrant colours for the red. For the scorpion, the dragon doesn't look too bad. They seem quite thin actually. All your numbers for your aircraft, your stencil data at the bottom, US stars and bars. So it looks very, very nice, very nicely done. And then this is for the other style of markings, and stencil data. So very nicely done as well. Very vibrant blues and greens. More stars and bars down the side. Low vis markings at the top. And you do have markings for your decal, for your cockpit. So if you wish not to paint them, or you can use decal options. They're very nice. So there you are, my friends. There's another kit from Hobbyboss, 1/48 scale 18G Growler. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.